did I prepare myself? And yet, you know, I had to basically understand the kind of the nucleus of him at his smallest degree. What is it? What is the most important thing about him? And it's just that he's sort of incredibly earnest and committed, and there's no pretense about him whatsoever. And there's precious little fake about him. So I basically had, you know, once I found a way in, then it became easy. But it was terrifying when I first read it because Leon talks a lot and uses a lot of big words, so I had to find a way to reconcile that. But through working with Jacob, my amazing director, I figured out that what's most important about him is just that he's the real deal, real emotional little kid. Well, Kevin, I've been trying to work at home in Montreal for my entire career because I maintain residence there. I've only ever lived in Montreal. Thank you for assuming that I've made it in Hollywood. It's nice of you to say. I don't know that I agree with you, but I appreciate it nonetheless. No, it was. If it was up to me, every movie I'd do would be in Montreal. I just like, my two favorite things are making movies and being in Montreal, so it's a natural extension of that. And for whatever reason, I couldn't get arrested back home. So thank God, Jacob has hired me twice in 2 years. And so, yeah, I got to work. My little sister's in the Trotsky. My oldest friend in the world, Ricky Maby's in the Trotsky. It's just, it was a family reunion, and we got to shoot it maybe 20 minutes away from where I live, so it was special. Like I said, if it was up to me, every job would be in Montreal. Well, Allison, if I'm being perfectly honest, there's sort of two parts that I've always wanted to play. One would be the bad guy in Henry V, the Dauphin, the French prince. That is the kind of bane of Henry V's existence, so that's a really wicked part, and it's my favorite Shakespeare, so I'd love to be him. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't obsessed with Lee Harvey Oswald, and all of my life has been working towards getting to be able to play him. So that'd be my ideal part. And in terms of where do I prefer work in dramas or comedies, etc., it's whatever makes me happiest. You know, I like different types of movies. So I like to be in different types of movies. The only kind of criteria I really have is like, would I pay money to see this myself when it comes out? And do I think I'm going to have fun showing up there every day? Because, you know, a small movie's 2 months, a big movie's 6 months. So I got to know that I'm going to want to be there for 14 hours a day for 6 months. So if I think I'd pay to see it and I think I'm going to have fun, I'll do it. And sometimes it's a comedy, sometimes it's a drama. And not nearly enough of them are in Montreal. Well, Christy M., that's a good question. In my line of work, that happens fairly often. Yeah, I'd have to say when in Tropic Thunder, when Robert Downey Jr. starts talking about frying up crawfish and stuff, and he starts yelling at Brandon and the rice paddies, and they start talking about Australia and Paul Hogan and stuff, that whole sequence took us an extra 2 hours just because I kept laughing. If you watch that movie and watch that argument, you'll notice that the back of my head is on camera more than my face is, just because the entire time I was like this, trying my best not to laugh. So probably, Christy, probably be the rice paddy argument in Tropic Thunder. Hi there, Paul. I would say, well, my life's ambition has just always been to write and direct horror movies in Montreal. So if I wasn't doing this right now, I'd like to think I'd be doing that. But if that wasn't happening, I'd just find a way to be around movies. So I'd probably work at a video store or at like the Cinema de Parc Repertory Cinema in Montreal.